Hey family, for today's Wealth and Wisdom conversation, I want to break down and demyth some of the financial advice that we've been holding on to that no longer serves us, especially in this economy. Make sure you give this episode a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, check it out and let me know what you think. Financial setbacks are sometimes a reflection of outdated financial teachers that don't even work anymore, especially in this economy. And we have to be mindful that we have to make the same necessary adjustments and changes just as the world and the economy is adjusting and changing. Because living has gotten more expensive. Job security is more shaky now more than ever. And benefits has gotten smaller, especially now that they have phased out pension plans. And the cost of one emergency can now wipe out a month of progress instantly. Like the old school method of just save $1,000 and you'll be fine? Not anymore. There was a time where $1,000 could stretch when emergencies were inconvenient. But we don't live in that world anymore because one tire, one medical bill, one unexpected childcare cost, one plane ticket for a family emergency that can make your $1,000 disappear like it was never there. And people are struggling because life now costs more than the old school financial guidance or advice that they were given 20 years ago, 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. See, we've been taught to build an emergency fund around a number instead of our lives. That's why I always say I budget for life, not just for bills, because your emergencies don't care about old formulas. Your emergency care about where you live, how many people depend on you, the volatility of your income, the age of your car, and the rising cost of everything. And $1,000 just does not cover the realities of our life right now. So instead of chasing a magic number, I need you to build a strategy because emergencies are no longer a question of if. In this economy, it's a matter of when and how prepared we'll be when it shows up. So don't just aim at $1,000 and stop there. Move past the flat number because $1,000 is a standard starting point, never the end. So calculate what does it take to run your household for a month. Don't go by what somebody else says. Don't go by what TikTok says. Go by what your household takes because then it's personalized to you and your reality. So calculate your core survival expenses. We're not including Netflix. We're not including subscriptions. We're not including nails. We're not including brunch. And we're not including Amazon purchases. We're talking about the bills and the expenses that keep your life stable. Because your emergency baseline should include rent or mortgage, electricity, water, gas, internet, groceries, car insurance, fuel for your vehicle, car payment if you have one, medication and pharmacy essentials, childcare for a month, any non-negotiable medical treatments or copays, and minimum debt payments on debt because creditors don't pause. This is the number that tells the truth according to your reality. This is the number that reveals the gap between just save $1,000 and you'll be good and your actual real number that it takes to keep your life stable. And I always like to remind my clients, don't be afraid of the total because that's your target. That's what you're working towards. Because within identifying your financial strategy, you got to know where to go. And this number tells you exactly that. Because otherwise, this is what usually happens. You calculate 1 month of your expenses and you say, ooh, that number is too big. I'll never get there. May I suggest to you to reframe it? Your emergency fund is not built emotionally. It's built mathematically. And the goal here is not to save it all at once. Your job is to know the number so you can create a plan to reach it because you cannot prepare for what you're unwilling to measure. Then you're going to go break that total down into bite-sized realistic monthly deposits. So let's say 1 month of your stable life costs $3,200. Go back to your budget and see what will it take for me to save $75 a pay period or $100 a pay period? What subscriptions can I cancel that I'm not really using? Or I'm going to dial back on eating out so much so I can free up an extra $100 a month, which can help go towards my $3,200 goal so I can stabilize my household. Because $1,000 may only get you through a small inconvenience, but having 1 month of your expenses saved and then working towards 3 months and then working towards 6 months, that'll get you through layoffs. That'll get you through uncertainty in the job market. And that'll get you through any heartache and any stress that you may encounter if you do lose your job and if you do experience furlough again. That's the difference. Because when you save based off your numbers and not outdated financial advice, you stop panicking, you stop depending on credit, you stop living on hope. And when you calculate your full month of living expenses, what you're actually doing is making a decision that says this: I refuse to build my financial future on outdated guidance. I'm building it on awareness, intention, and protection. Having one retirement source is not enough anymore. That advice worked for our grandparents and our great-grandparents because their world looked so much different than ours. They lived in a time where the cost of living was steady. Pension plans were guaranteed. Employers matched generously. People stayed at one job for 20 or 30 years. And healthcare didn't cost nowhere near what it costs right now. Retirements lasted 10 to 15 years. Now retirements are lasting 25 to 30 years. But our generation, we're dealing with a completely different financial reality. The average person won't retire from the same company they started with. Many employers don't even offer pension plans at all. Matches aren't as strong as it used to be. People are living longer, and living longer means paying longer. And inflation, it's not the same beast it was 40 years ago. So depending on one retirement source in this economy is like depending on one umbrella in a hurricane. It's not enough. A 401k is a tool, but it's not the full plan. Because what happens if your job changes your match? What happens if you're laid off and you can't contribute for a while? What happens if the market dips right as you hit retirement age? Or what happens if you realize too late that your contributions weren't enough? This is why I teach real retirement protection, not just 401k, but also layered income streams that build and protect your future from multiple angles. A 401k plus an IRA, a 401k plus life insurance for protection and legacy, a 401k plus a high yield savings account, a 401k plus additional streams that grow without you clocking in. Because retirement is no longer a one account strategy. It's about a portfolio. It's about structure. It's about a safety net with multiple layers. So if one thing shifts, your whole entire future doesn't collapse with it. Our grandparents could depend on one source. We can't. Not in this economy, not with this inflation, and not with this instability. The next outdated financial advice, or it's really an outdated financial belief, is that Social Security will take care of you. That system is strained and unpredictable. And at a time in our economy, people really was taught to depend on Social Security like a guaranteed retirement plan. But our generation cannot rely on it as a primary income source because the math and the uncertainty of it all simply doesn't support it. And again, granddaddy and grandma and them experience is not our experience. So we can't follow in its entirety their financial blueprint because their blueprint sustained them for their time. We have to recreate our financial blueprint for our time to protect us for the times to come. And the system looks different today. It's stretched thin, it's pushed back, it's unpredictable, and for so many people, Social Security alone will not be enough to sustain the basics of living. So don't make Social Security your primary income source for later is all I'm saying. And here's why this outdated financial belief is so dangerous. It makes people passive about getting serious and intentional with their retirement. And it convinces them that planning is optional and only one retirement income source is enough. And it's something they say they'll get around to doing later. And that's exactly why so many retirees today feel blindsided. Because now in retirement, they're realizing, wait, I thought I did everything right. I saved, I contributed to my job's retirement plan, I kept money in my savings account. Why isn't it enough? And here's what that outdated financial advice did not warn them of. Inflation will eat away at whatever is sitting in the savings account. Every year you're losing value. This is why I always talk and teach about a high yield savings account or a money market account, because those strategies actually help to combat inflation. And that outdated financial advice that said just put money in your 401k, that advice left out two major pieces. It did not teach you diversification. So now people have one retirement bucket with not enough in it. And two, that outdated financial advice didn't teach them how to calculate their retirement number. So they never knew what they were actually working towards. That's why so many people approach retirement with $60,000, $80,000, or even $100,000 thinking it's enough, only to realize at 60 or 65, that's not even close to being enough to sustain you. And when the numbers don't add up, many fall back on the outdated belief that Social Security will step in to balance you out. Do you know how risky it is to build your entire future on hope that a system will still be functioning the same way it did 20 or 30 years from now? That's the reality right now of so many people in their 60s and 70s. They relied heavily on the outdated financial advice, and when updated new financial advice was shared, because it was so unfamiliar to them, they allowed unfamiliarity and fear to hold them back from exploring those options that would have further sustained them. Man, fear is so expensive. Fear will paralyze you, and fear will hold you back from doing the very thing that will benefit you later. And because they were so fearful to explore that high yield savings account or that money market account or that brokerage account or to even diversify their money, now their bodies are ready to sit down and not work so hard. They're faced with the reality that they don't have enough to protect them and cover them. And what I want people to know is your retirement is your responsibility to secure and to fund so you have options later. And anytime you position yourself to become dependent in any way on a system that's already strained, already inconsistent, and already unpredictable, you're setting yourself up to be in the deficit later in life. So don't count on the promises of a strained system because it'll likely fail you when you need it most. And instead of assuming the system will take care of you, I want you to start putting things in place that you own, that you can depend on, and that you can control. Because the truth is, your future stability is going to come from the decisions you make, not the Social Security check that might be cut in half in the next 10 to 20 or 30 years. And that's if half will even be there. And since we're already talking about depending on systems, let me go ahead and walk right into the next outdated belief that's hurting a lot of our people. The belief in the government will help if things get hard. Listen, I knew a lot of us grew up on that idea. And we grew up hearing if ever life starts falling apart, just go down to the county office and they'll get you right. There's always assistance somewhere. Somebody will step in. And because of that, there are so many people that built their financial safety plan around the hope that help would be available when they need it. But government assistance was never designed to be stable, predictable, or even long-term. It's a temporary support. It's not a financial foundation. And the truth is, the moment you're most vulnerable and the moment you really need stability, that is not the time to discover that the system that you were counting on is now backed up, underfunded, or it has strict eligibility rules that you don't even qualify for. So holding on to that old guidance, just go down to the county office and they'll get you right, that can leave you unprepared, disappointed, and stuck. We literally just watched the government shut down for 43 days. I'm talking 43 days people didn't know when they get paid again. 43 days of people saying we'll wait to see what tomorrow brings. And SNAP benefits, paused, delayed, uncertain, and people woke up expecting grocery money to be deposited and loaded on their card. And they had no backup plan. That's the part I want you to catch. When the government shuts down, your life should not shut down with it. Your rent and mortgage doesn't pause. Your kids still need to eat. Your medication still needs to be filled. Your gas tank still needs gas to get you to work. But we saw in real time that help can stop. Help can be delayed. Help can be reduced. And help can also be political. And when you build your life around an expectation that the system, a broken system, will come save you, you're setting yourself up to be disappointed every single time the system shakes. Government support should be a bridge, not the foundation of your financial life, because the government is not operating on your timeline. They're not thinking about your bills, your children, your emergencies, or your day-to-day survival. And when that shutdown and the SNAP benefits pause happened, it showed us exactly how quickly things can change and how little control we have over it. That's why your financial protection has to start with you, your emergency fund, your savings in a high-yield savings account, your budget and discipline, your life insurance, your ability to create stability inside your house no matter what's happening outside of it. Assistance might help you through a rough patch, but it is not designed to carry your whole life, not even part of it. And dependent on it as a plan is how people get blindsided, because they trusted something that was never built for long-term security. Because if you rely on them completely, they can fail you completely. Just get a job with benefits and you'll be secure. That advice was built in a time when benefits actually created stability. But now, layoffs are unpredictable, furloughs are increasing, salaries don't stretch anymore, burnout is real, and a single job loss can wipe out someone's savings in 30 to 45 days or less. In the past, we were taught to chase job security, but no one ever told us that once you get the job, the next step is more critical than the first, which is now it's time to pivot and chase personal financial security. See, people were raised to believe that benefits equal safety, and health insurance and PTO and 401k, all of that is good, but none of it guarantees personal financial security. You can have great benefits and still feel stressed because you feel like your finances are all over the place. You can have great benefits and still be one layoff away from a crisis, because benefits don't protect you from a corporate merge. It doesn't protect you from a budget cut, sudden restructure, furlough, hiring freeze, a random Tuesday email that says your position has been eliminated. And we watched entire departments disappear overnight last year. People with 15 and 20 years of dedication were gone with a single meeting. The truth is your employer can enhance your life, but your employer cannot secure your life. Your security is built at home with having financial discipline, a solid emergency fund, income protection, retirement vehicles that's diversified, a budget that prioritizes your future, a financial foundation strong enough to withstand a volatile economy. Benefits are helpful, but they're not a complete plan. So we can't hold on to as long as you have a good job, you'll be financially secure. Job loss is the new normal. And if your entire life is built around expectation that your job will always be there, then what you rely on completely can fail you completely. A job can provide an income. A job can provide opportunity, but a job cannot guarantee security. A job is a tool, and you work the tool to build financial stability. And when you do that, you shift from my job as my security to my financial plan as my security. And you stop living afraid of the next email or the next headline because you created the financial security you needed, not your employer. Hey family, I hope you enjoyed today's Wealth and Wisdom conversation as I broke down and shed light on some of the outdated financial beliefs that so many of us are holding on to. Make sure you share this with as many people as you know. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you give this episode a thumbs up. I'll be dropping more episodes like this every Wednesday. Always remember, your mindset is the key to unlocking your financial freedom. It's time to leave behind what's comfortable for what's possible. All we have is now, so start now. See y'all next week.